Behind the Bow started before I even knew how to operate YouTube. I had known Curtis for just about as long as I could remember, and at some point during high school, he had gotten me hooked on filming deer hunting.
That is a nice deer.
Probably by watching Todd Prignitz lay the hammer down on a giant whitetail somewhere. Curtis's obsession with the public lands and finding the mature bucks within them had sparked something inside of me that has grown into what it is today, and continues to grow each and every year. I was in the Marine Corps for about 6 years. Every year we got an opportunity to come home, 10, 15 days at the max. And if I could, I would try and work that around bow season. Not always possible, but if we had an opportunity to do it, I would do it.
Looking pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I'll take that.
Zero minutes of sleep. And it's about 4 a.m. Just rolled in.
My first time in the hills has actually ended up being in one of my most favorite spots that Curtis and I have ever hunted, called Long Beam Ridge.
What are you laughing at?
Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything. Curtis wheeled and dealed and got us this here 4-star motel for 40 bucks. Guy asked for 80. Curtis started to walk out and he said, wait. I'll go 40, I'll go 40. We opened the door, we found out why he went 40. We had moved into a spot that me and Curtis now call Blue Cross Ridge. That was when we truly learned about thermals and when the big bucks moved in the hills, and we had our first encounter with a buck that we call Haynes. After seeing Haynes push a doe off the ridge, we had an encounter with probably one of the biggest bucks that I've ever seen so far out of the tree, and that was the Judge, a true specimen there. year after year, it was like, it didn't matter what happened. It was 50 yards, 55 yards, brush was too thick, no shot, wind swirling in the hills, getting busted. Couldn't make it happen. We just kept getting closer and closer and kind of just thought we were cursed. Impact.
Sommers on the gun.
DD 214, baby. Woo-hoo. I'm out of here. Back to the promised land, as Kurt Man would say. Haynes, a year later, 25 yards, staring at us, 100% broadside. One of the coolest days, but also one of the most devastating days at the same time.
Curtis. Curtis. Oh my fucking God. Don't move.
You know, just like on the seat. Go up there. I'll be there, but I'm about to go into the creek and then walk down the creek about 300-400 yards to find a tree and set up. It's warm. Mosquitoes are horrible.
Got frickin' sandwiches with no stinking mustard. Well, I'm gonna make a sandwich. I'm gonna repack up all this stuff. And then we're gonna go up Burner Ridge right there. We're gonna creep up the ditch towards the doe hole. We're gonna wait for John Denver to get out of his bed on that point, circle around, go out to eat some beans. He'll probably stop up there, rub on a tree. He's just about to go get a drink of water out of the doe hole before he goes and eats some beans up top. And we're gonna hammer him. The key is to alternate the ham, maximize the surface area of the ham. You don't want it to be uneven. One side to be more hammy than the other side.
Got everything set up. Curtis climbed up, I climbed up. As soon as I hooked in, pow! I started shooting over here, right where we had expected old John Denver to be bedded. So squirrel hunters. Just when you thought everything was gonna go right. Now wait, dude. What's in public land, dude? Something could be better on that finger too, I guess. At least we got good fall vibes up here, dude. Good fall vibes.
Meh.
He's down already. He come down just where them does came down last year. Right down into the doe. He worked his way up just like those does did. Very limited shooting through here. I'm shaking. God dang. He's not John Denver, but it doesn't matter to me, man. I haven't killed a buck in 7 years. I think I freaking drilled him. He was rubbing on some trees up here, and I had to stop him. And he stopped right with some branches right over the vitals. I know. Lean over a little bit. He's toast. 2-inch freaking Grim Reaper. Threaded a needle in there, dude. I'm telling you. It's thicker. If you could see it, it's pretty thin. I'm happy. It's gotta be the bone, dude. It's gotta be the... Just imagine how big it would be if my mustache connected. Jeez.
we're up at the tree. Got my bow. About 20 yards up the ridge here is where we had him. We're gonna get back on the blood, and hopefully he didn't make it far. Pretty good blood trail, one of the best I've followed. So I don't anticipate it to be much further than this. Hopefully by 20, 30 yards further up the hill. We've only went probably 30 yards so far.
There he is, dude.
Where?
Just to the left of you.
Oh yeah. Nice, dude. He's rock solid. Ow. Dude, that's a nice buck, man.
He's old, dude. He's got a big freaking slammer body on him. Holy crap. Stiff as board. Look how gray he is, dude. He's just old and crusty, dude. Look how gray his face is.
Yeah, dude. That is a nice buck, dude.
My arrow come out the other side. Poked out, but must have got sucked back through. Dude, he's a monster. Holy Christ. I mean, he ain't got much of a rack at all, but
Dude,
it just bows around.
that is a gnarly looking thing, ain't it?
It is, dude. He's been rubbing on trees. Dude, he's massive. I can't believe how gray his face is.
That's a freaking nice buck, dude. Oh,
Dude.
man.
He just wraps right around. Yeah, he ain't that massive in the rack department, but dude, this is an old buck, I think. Look at that gray ass face on him.
He's got some mega hoofs on him, too.
Yeah, he stinks. You smell like an old buck, dude. Dude, he's a beefcake.
Look at his face. It's like, looks like a grandpa, dude.
Look how gray his neck is, even, dude. He's beautiful. I'm gonna be glad to be dragging the old white long beam Roddy over the top of this whole ridge here. Good thing he ran kind of towards the truck. I'm also thankful for that. But he's a tank, dude. He's a tank. We had never hunted this early before down here, but that cold front came in. It was literally 80 degrees, and then the next morning it was in the 30s. Got down here yesterday in time to get in for a night sit. Had that nice buck come down and get a drink about 70 yards. Somehow he picked us off, I don't know. And this morning we sat the same chunk just deeper into the hills, and we had that big buck cruising down the ridge, and that was it for there. But the deer were definitely moving down here, and with this cold front that came in, and it was definitely a good call. I'm glad Curtis and I decided to try our luck down here.
Yeah.
Man, just thankful.
End of the 2018 season kind of took a turn for the worse.
Everything that we were doing got to be too much. We were living in the same apartment, working the same job.
We were bow hunting together. We just went through a whole bow season.
When I left, words were said, and it had been spoken that we would never bow hunt together again. I moved out, I bought a house, pretty much disregarded behind the bow.
We ended up coming to an agreement that it was probably best that, you know, we went our separate ways with life.
Felt like I had lost one of my best friends that I ever had for a very long time. So it was a rough spot to be in.
If anyone has ever watched Behind the Bow, they probably know my Uncle Scott. He was a big influence on me in my life, and he ended up passing away in 2018. It was the second day of the gun season in Wisconsin. I was sitting as blind, and I got the word. After the 2018 bow season rolled by and my uncle passed away, it was just hard for me to just even care about bow hunting. You know, I've been getting a lot of messages lately. Where's Behind the Bow been? When's your next video coming out? And you know, before the 2019 season, I don't think I could have answered that question. But with a little help from God and a little help from Scott, Behind the Bow is back.